All right, well, today we're going to look at whole number operations. And so we're going to dive into some problems. We're going to deal with adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing whole numbers, as well as a few word problems that will kind of use our skills in whole number operations in a story problem type of scenario. So let's go ahead and get started with our first section. Now the directions read, find the value of the expression. All that means is we're going to solve the problem. And then it says choose estimation to solve or to check your answer. So I find this very helpful for dividing and really multiplying, but it can be helpful with adding and subtracting as well. So we're going to look at both of those here in just a moment. Let's begin by doing number one. We're going to add these two numbers. I typically put the large number on top. It's unnecessary, but that's what I do. So I'm going to put 4,236 here. I'm going to then add 935, so the 5 goes in the ones, 3 in the tens place, 9 in the hundreds place. I'm going to add now. So 6 plus 5 is 11. So I put a 1 here, and then I have a 1 go into the tens place because it's 11, 10 plus 1, right? And so I do 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And then I have 2 plus 9, which is 11. So I put the 1 here, and I carry 1 over to this side, the same way as I did earlier. And then I have 1 plus 4 is 5. So I end up with 5,171. And we can check this through estimation. I'm going to make this as simple as possible, just to see if the answer is close. So I'm going to make this 4,000 plus, you can make it 900 or you can make it 1,000. We'll make it 1,000, be consistent. Add these together and I get 5,000. Honestly, you could do that in your head as well, the estimation. Make it as simple as you can to make the estimating as easy as you can. You don't want estimation to be a lot of work. You want it to be really easy, really quick, so you can make sure that you did your problem correctly. I'm going to do the opposite this time. I'm going to do the estimation first and see if my answer is close to it. So again, I'm going to make this very easy. I'm going to change 8,464 to just 8,000. I'm going to subtract 3,000. And oddly enough, I get an answer of 5,000 again for my estimate. This is just giving us a very, very ballpark answer. Again, you could do that in your head. You don't have to write it down. You can do it in your head, it's fine. So I take the 8,000, I probably did it this way, the 8,464, going to subtract 3,285. I can begin. So I can't take 5 away from 4. So I'm going to borrow from the tens place. And the 6 is going to become a 5. And I'm taking 110. I'm adding it to the ones column. So I have 10 plus 4 giving me 14. That makes sense? So now I have 14 minus 5 is 9. Again, I can't do 5 minus 8, so I'm going to have to borrow again. So we'll change the 4 to a 3. I'm going to add 10 to 5, which becomes 15. I can just add a little 1 here, and now I have 15. 15 minus 8 is 7. And 3 minus 2 is 1, comma. And then 8 minus 3 is 5. And I have an answer of 5,179, which is pretty close to my estimate. Again, it won't tell you if your answer is absolutely correct, but it will tell you if your answer is at least reasonable. So let's go ahead and try number 3. All right, well, with number 3, we have a multiplication problem. And you can put either number on top. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to go ahead and put the first number on top. So I'll put the 517 on top times 324. 324. And I'm going to multiply. So I'm going to multiply the top number by each of the bottom digits. So I'm going to start multiplying 517 by 4. So 4 times 7 is 28. Carry the 2. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. 4 times 5 is 20. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the second digit. I'm going to first, since it's in the tens place, I have to put a 0 here in the ones and start in the tens place. So 2 times 7 is 14. Carry the 1. Then 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. And then 2 times 5 is 10. Now I'm on to the hundreds place, so I have to put 2 zeros and start in the hundreds place. 3 times 7 is 21. Carry my 2. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. Then 3 times 5 is 15. Notice I line these numbers up very, very carefully. I suggest you do the same. Order really helps you. So I'm going to add. I have 8 plus 0 is 8. 4 plus 6 is 10. Carry the 1. 1 plus 3 plus 1 is 5. 2 plus 5 is 7. 5 plus 1 is 6. And then 1. So I have 167,508. All right? And again, I could estimate by multiplying 500 by 300. And so by doing that, I'm basically doing so 500 times 300. Basically, all I have to do is I do 5 times 3 is 15. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. And I get about 150,000. It's pretty accurate. Number 4, I'm going to divide. So I'm going to put the first number in the box, which we would call the dividend in the box. So I have, let's see, 6,396, and then I'll put the divisor 246 out here. I like to estimate, maybe make it 250 or something that I can do in my head. I'll put that in the, I'll think to myself, instead of 246, think 250. I'll show you what I mean. So can 246 go into 6? No. Into 63? No. Into 639? Yes. So I go 250, 500, 750. 2 is about what I can divide it by, or multiply it by, so I'll put a 2 here. 2 times 6 is 12. Carry the 1. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And 2 times 2 is 4. Then I can subtract. 9 minus 2 is 7. I have to borrow, make this a 5, this a 13, I get 4, and then 1. So I have 147. And I'm going to bring down that 6. And then I think, all right, I have 250, 500, 750, 1,000, 1,250, 1,500. So I'm looking at 6 times approximately. So I'm going to try the 6. So 6 times 6 is 36. Good sign. Carry my 3. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 3 is 27. Carry my 2. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 2 is 14. I subtract, and I get 0. So I have 26. And again, if I wanted to, I could do estimation on this. I can make it really simple and make it 6,000 divided by 200. And that would give me about, 30? Which is pretty close to 26. So I could do that if I wanted to, just to make it pretty simple on myself. Let's go ahead and try the next set of problems. All right, number 5, it reads, on Tuesday you sold 84 apples and you sold 113 apples on Wednesday. How many apples were sold over the 2 days? Well, I have to recognize this is an addition problem. So I'm going to go ahead and add 84 plus 113. And so I add 4 plus 3 is 7. 8 plus 1 is 9, and then 1. So I have 197. So I can say I sold 197 apples over the 2 days. All right, let's try our next one. The next one says find the perimeter and the area of the rectangle. So for the perimeter, it's going to be, you add up all the sides, so it's going to be an addition problem. So I'm going to have 14 plus 14 plus 8 plus 8. And so this, I can just go ahead and add 14 plus 14 is 28. 8 plus 8 is 16. I can add these together, and I'm going to get 38, 44. And then over here, I'm going to do the area. I'm going to multiply length times width. So I do 14 times 8. 8 times 4 is 32. Carry my 3. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 3 is 11. So I have 112. So I can say that the perimeter of the area, the perimeter of the rectangle is 44 yards, and the area is 112 square yards. Let's go ahead and try our final problem. All right, so in our final problem, it says a plumber works 26 hours during a week and earns $884. How much does she earn per hour? So we're going to take how much she earns, we're going to divide it up by how many hours she has worked total. So it's going to be a division problem. So I have 884 divided by 26. And I'm thinking 25 to help me. I'll change 26 to 25 in my mind. So I know 26 does not go into 8, but it goes into 88. I have 25 once, 50 twice, 75 3 times, 104, so it must be 3. 3 times 6 is 18, carry the 1. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. I subtract, I get 1, 0, bring down the 4. And now I can go ahead and try my next number. So I have, I know 4 times 25 is 100, so I'm going to try 4 then. 4 times 6 is 24. Carry the 2. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. I subtract, I get 0. So I figure out that she earns $34 per hour. So this is it. Hopefully this was helpful for whole number operations, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Make sure you check out future videos. You can go ahead and like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell for post notifications. All right. Thank you very much. Have a great day.